Okay, live once again. So, and I'm waiting for my phone to do what it usually does and get loud on me. So, once again, Friday Night Tech Talk, still with just me, Mobile Geezer. I gather Mike may join tonight. I think he said he was going to give it a shot. And possibly Mark may join in tonight also. But for right now, it's just me. And I'm looking on YouTube, and there goes my phone like it always does. Okay. It looks like there's only one person watching right this second, so I'll wait and see if anybody chimes in. If you're there, just drop something in the chat. And hope everybody's had a good week. I had a pretty good week. Did a heck of a lot of driving today at work. And hopefully we'll have some stories that will interest you this week. So far, none of the regulars have joined in. And of course, whenever I broadcast, I'm on YouTube and both my accounts on Facebook at the same time. So on Facebook, you can find me at George Hayes or at Mobile Geezer. So I don't see anyone having joined as yet. And I don't know if I can tell if anybody's watching on Facebook. Let's see if I can tell. Tell if anybody's watching on Facebook. Let's see if I can tell. Well, we can't tell who's watching on Facebook. Okay, there's Eleanor. Okay, you saved me. I think you're the only one there now. Well, it says there's two watching right now, but you're the only one watching, so thanks for coming in, Eleanor. And, well, I was going to tell everybody it's your birthday, but there's nobody here but you at the moment. And you already know it's your birthday. Should I do the Beatles happy birthday? No, should I do Stevie's happy birthday to you? Or should I do the Beatles? You say it's your birthday. Hey, Renz, how are you, sir? So Eleanor came in first. And Renz, today is Eleanor's birthday. So I'm just giving her a quick birthday song. Okay. That's all right, Renz. You're allowed to be late. I know you're getting ready to go to work. So I just gave her a quick little bit of Beatles or a little bit of Stevie's birthday songs. So, and I know she didn't work today, and her coworker took her out to lunch, and she had a pretty good day as far as I know. So that's good. Okay, so Renz, you and Eleanor, I think, are the only ones in here right now. Of course, there's your happy birthday from Renz. Oh, Eleanor likes the Stevie song. Let's see. So that is happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. That's Stevie's. Okay. Well, you're the only two here. But Renz, you let me know when you're leaving, because maybe I'll hold up the stories a little bit until some others get in. I don't think the first story is going to interest Eleanor a whole lot, because she is very much not an Apple person. But because this was Apple's week, I figured I'd better make it the first story, so that's what I did. So Eleanor, grit your teeth. Yo, Alan's in here. Hey, Alan, what's up, brother? I was just getting ready to start the first story, and so you're in here, Renz is in here, and Eleanor's in here on her birthday. So it's the three of you so far. And no, I didn't pick up any phones. When once I got this flip, I said that's going to be it for a little while. So, but I did make the Apple story my first story this week because I figured it deserved to be the first story. So, all right, so Alan, tell us what you picked up. How many phones did I pick up? I didn't pick up any. So knowing you and your big bucks, you should. And Alan says, happy birthday. There's a Jersey City guy giving a North Bergen girl a happy birthday. So there you go. At least all of us are from the same county. And Mario's in it. Hi, Mario. How are you today? I am loving my Z Flip. I absolutely love it. And one thing that I'm noticing with it, first of all, the fingerprint scanner is awesome. But I can almost never see the fold at all. You can feel it, but I just think it's awesome. So let me unshare that screen for a second. So, and Eleanor said, thank you for the birthday wishes. Today's Eleanor's birthday, Mario. So I'm just telling everybody about that. And let's see. Alan had asked me what I picked up as far as the iPhone 13. I picked up nothing because I had to chill it after, chill out a bit after getting the Z Flip. So let's see what Alan says. He got the 256 13 Pro Max and the regular 13. I told you, the big bucks, they can go for those phones. Go for it, Alan. See, he said, I'm trading in. I might cancel because I'm the fool for getting the same. Okay. I wouldn't rule it out of my somewhat foreseeable future. But then, of course, the Pixel 6 is going to come out, and then I'm going to have more of a struggle. So, but I just figured since I just paid what I paid for the Z Flip, I'm going to cool it for a little bit. And just before I went on, I got a notification that Google had paid me for my trade-in. So they credited my account for that. So that's good. And Mario says he likes his Z Flip too. Yeah, I am loving mine so far. So, all right. So now I'm going to go back to the first story, which I hadn't even started yet. Which, of course, since this was Apple's week, that's what I started with. So I make it a little bit bigger. And this I took from CNN Business. Here's everything Apple unveiled at its big iPhone event. And what I said on my page was, some expected, some surprises. And we'll get to that. This was by Samantha Murphy Kelly. Apple unveiled 4 new iPhones, a new Apple Watch, and new iPads on Tuesday during a virtual media event held from California. The new smartphones, the iPhone 13 Mini, iPhone 13, iPhone 13 Pro, and iPhone 13 Pro Max. So Alan got 2 of those. Don't include any groundbreaking design changes or features, at least compared to last year's 5G announcement. There was no portless iPhone and no under-display Touch ID. Neither was there Apple's once classic line, One More Thing. Instead, the event marked a return to basics for Apple, with predictable improvements that include better cameras, longer-lasting battery, and faster processing on its devices. Oh, let me change this to reader view so we can get rid of some of these commercials. Okay. Still, there were some pleasant new additions, including a draw-dropping storage option for the Pro models and a new portrait mode for shooting videos. That excited me. If I end up getting one of the Pros, that's going to be why. And contrary to some rumors, Apple made some upgrades without raising the base price of its various models, and I was very happy that they stuck with the same pricing. Okay. The stakes were high for Apple heading into the event. The iPhone continues to be a major revenue driver for the company and remains central to its ecosystem of products. The event also comes amid some uncertainty. A U.S. judge ruled last week that Apple can no longer prohibit app developers from directing users to payment options outside the App Store. The company is facing antitrust scrutiny from regulators in the U.S. and abroad, and Apple recently confronted weeks of controversy for its approach to combating child exploitation, which we've talked to on and on and on for the last few weeks. On Tuesday, Apple attempted to move past that. Here's a closer look at what was announced. iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. The higher-end iPhone Pro line was arguably the highlight of Apple's event, at least among the iPhones. I agree. The 6.1-inch iPhone 13 Pro and 6.7-inch iPhone 13 Pro Max features Apple's new powerful A15 Bionic chip, which Apple says is the fastest CPU in any smartphone. It will give the iPhone improved machine learning capabilities such as real-time video analysis and the ability to analyze text and photo. I'm interested to see that. The Pro devices pack a 5-core CPU with 50% faster graphics, an upgrade that will appeal to many gamers, as well as bright Super Retina XDR display with a faster refresh rate, an all-day battery life, and an option for 1 terabyte of storage. That's pretty heavy, doubling the prior maximum storage capacity. The camera system got a solid refresh too. It comes with a new 77mm telephoto lens with 3 times optical zoom, as well as new wide and ultra-wide cameras. The Pro and Pro Max start at $999 and $1,099 respectively. The iPhone Pro Max with 1 terabyte of storage costs $1,599. Makes sense. The phones come in graphite, gold, silver, and Sierra blue. The entire new iPhone line will start shipping on Friday, September 24th, so a week from today. iPhone 13 and 13 Mini. The 6.1-inch iPhone 13 and 5.4-inch iPhone 13 Mini come with the same A15 Bionic chip as the Pro line. It also has a dual camera system, which is arranged diagonally, which you can see right there, and features longer lasting batteries. Apple said the iPhone 13 will last 2.5 hours longer than the iPhone 12, and the iPhone 13 Mini will go 1.5 hours longer on a single charge. Other updates include a more efficient display, a new 5G chip, and a tool called Cinematic Mode. I love seeing that in the presentation, which is like the popular portrait mode feature, but for videos. The iPhone 13 Mini will start at $699 for 128 gigabytes, more storage for its base model than ever before. And the iPhone 13 will cost $799, starting at 128 gigabytes. The smartphones come in 5 new colors: pink, blue, black, white, and red. And this, to me, was a surprise stuff, as she also says. In somewhat of a surprise, Apple showed off updates to its iPad and iPad mini line. Under the hood, the 10.2-inch iPad features a A13 chip with 20% faster performance than the previous model. Apple says it's now 3 times faster than a Chromebook. I thought it was interesting they even mentioned Chromebooks, so that must be some serious competition. The updated iPad comes with a new 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera with center stage, which uses machine learning to adjust the front-facing camera doing FaceTime video calls. I'd like to try that. And more accessory support that worked with the first-generation Apple Pencil. It also supports a True Tone feature that adjusts the screen's color temperature to ambient lighting. The 8.3-inch iPad mini now comes with smaller bezels, which I'm sure everybody appreciates, more rounded corners, upgraded cameras on the front and back, Apple's Liquid Retina display, USB-C support, cool, magnetic support for Apple Pencil, and an updated speaker system in new colors such as pink and purple. The full-size iPads cost $329 for 64 gigabyte storage, double the storage that typically ships on an entry-level iPad. For schools, the device costs $299. Pre-order start Tuesday, which was this past Tuesday, and shipping begins next week. The iPad mini starts at $499, which I think is worth it. And Apple Watch Series 7. Apple unveiled the new Apple Watch Series 7, a slimmer device with a wider screen than its predecessor. The new watch has a display that is 20% larger than the Series 6. It can display 50% more text and also has a full keyboard that you can tap or swipe to type out text messages, which I think is pretty cool. The Apple Watch Series 7 starts at $399 and will be available later this fall. So all in all, I thought it was a pretty successful event. I didn't get to watch it live, but I did come home that afternoon and watch the entire thing. So I thought that cinematic mode was pretty impressive. So when I do get my hands on one, I'll be excited to try that out with some video. And I know you got happy birthday from Mario also. Yeah, so you got happy birthdays from Jersey City. I believe Mario's in Philly or in that area. So there's a lot of homeboy stuff going on here, I think. Anyway, so I just wanted to start with the Apple event because I thought that was the big thing to talk about. So now we know that Phone Tech at Work is getting 2 of them. So good for you, Alan. Let's see. Okay, nothing else going on there. So now we'll move on to what I think was the most exciting story this week. And yeah, Mike should be here for this because he's a space junkie. So I'm going to share screen. There we go. Okay, this is on The Verge. SpaceX launches its first private crewed mission to space. SpaceX hits another milestone in its human spaceflight endeavors with the Inspiration 4 mission by Joey Roulette. And there's a picture of the takeoff. That's a nice picture. SpaceX launched 4 private citizens to space on Wednesday, kicking off the first ever crewed mission to orbit without any professional astronauts on board. Let me get rid of some of these commercials. Okay. Dubbed Inspiration 4, the mission marks the latest private foray into space as companies like Elon Musk SpaceX compete to normalize space travel for paying tourists, not just government astronauts. SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket lifted off on time at 8:02 p.m. Eastern Time from the company's 39A launch pad at NASA's Kennedy Space Center, soaring from Florida's East Coast under clear night skies. Yeah, when we lived in Orlando, and we were, I think, 60 miles away from Kennedy, but when they showed off at night, you could see it clear as day. It was really beautiful to watch. Inside the capsule is billionaire entrepreneur Jack Isaacman, a trained pilot and founder of payment processing firm Shift4 Payments, and 3 others he picked and paid for to ride with him. Haley Arcano, a 29-year-old physician assistant and cancer survivor, good for her. Christopher Sembrowski, a data engineer at Lockheed Martin, and Sion Proctor, a geoscientist and former NASA astronaut candidate. The crew was buckled inside SpaceX's Crew Dragon resilience capsule at the top of the rocket, reusing the spacecraft that had sent 4 government astronauts to the International Space Station a year ago. And I think it's very cool that SpaceX knows how to reuse these things. They're just doing a great job, I think. But for Inspiration 4, the capsule won't dock to the space station. It's poised to spend roughly 3 days orbiting Earth at a higher altitude, some 360 miles above ground, the farthest human space flight since the last NASA Space Shuttle mission to repair the Hubble telescope in 2009. That's pretty impressive. Roughly 9 minutes after liftoff, Falcon 9's first stage booster returned to Earth for a landing on a barge in the Atlantic Ocean. I think it's so cool that they can bring them back and land them so perfectly. I remember when they first did it. Minutes later, the Crew Dragon capsule separated from the rocket's second stage as it was leaving Earth's atmosphere, sending the Inspiration crew further toward orbit. The capsule will spend the next hour and a half gradually raising its orbit via intermittent thruster firing. I guess they said did spend because this is written after it happened. The Dragon capsule and crew are in a normal orbit, SpaceX engineer and live stream anchor Andy Tran said. A live camera from inside the capsule showed the crew waving and giving thumbs up. Oh yeah, let me turn that up. I think we can see that. I take it off video view for a second. Okay. Yeah. So that's when they were waving and giving their thumbs up. So I just wanted to make sure we saw that. All right, back to video view. Oh, now it is there. Okay, cool. The mission serves as a multi-million-dollar fundraiser for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, one of my charities too, a nonprofit research center that also provides free care for kids with cancer. Isaacman donated $100 million to the hospital, and with the Inspiration 4 mission, aims to raise another $100 million. Good for you. That part of the fundraiser had raised about $30.8 million so far. Isaacman, bankrolling most of the mission, won't say how much he paid for each Crew Dragon seat, but they typically cost roughly $55 million a pop, according to a government watchdog report. So if any of you want to go to space, just come up with $55 million, you can get a seat. If you want to donate one for me, feel free. Inspiration 4's Crew Dragon capsule was tailored for a more touristy experience than what NASA astronauts have on their trips to the International Space Station. Months before the mission, SpaceX installed a massive glass dome where the capsule station docking door normally is to give Inspiration 4 passengers a 360-degree view of space while in orbit. That's cool. Though the glass dome hasn't been tested in space, SpaceX's Director of Crew Mission Management, Benji Reed, said it was put through a rigorous testing and qualification process before validating it as safe for flight. And there's a shot, I guess, one of them took. It just says after liftoff. The crew has a few activities planned during their stay in orbit. Zembrowski is expected to play a ukulele made by Martin Guitar that's stowed on board as one of the several sponsorships riding along for that mission. Can you imagine what that ukulele is going to go for in a bidding war? It's going to be something, I'm sure. Proctor brought along some poetry and some personal art, and the whole crew is participating in a study on the effects microgravity has on the human body. SpaceX Translational Research Institute for Space Health at Baylor College of Medicine and investigators at Weill Cornell Medicine will collect biological samples from the passengers before the mission, which I guess means they did, and plan to gather biomedical data on the passengers during the mission. Exactly when and where the capsule re-enters Earth's atmosphere after its 3-day mission depends on the weather conditions around the coast of Florida. The capsule can spend up to a week in orbit if need be, Isaacman has said. Okay. And I think the photos were very cool. So that's very historic, and I think SpaceX is doing an awesome job. And look who's here. Wow, we got a star. Yo, you gonna freak us out with lights like you usually do?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm using this Rode mic, that I won from Juan Bagnell's contest. I don't think it works for live streams.
It's working. We don't hear you. We don't hear you as well as usual, but we can hear you. I can hear you okay. So I guess that makes you a roadie, doesn't it? There you go. I knew he was going to mess with the light. He can't not mess with the lights. Yes, you're still pretty.
Okay.
Today.
Audio input device. Can't be helped. I gotta take it out.
But the mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
All this is good for is log.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Eleanor's in here. Today's her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Eleanor. Yeah, that's what I came to say.
I've already sung her the CB birthday song.
I missed that.
Thank you very much. You're so supportive.
Maybe I could just open it along.
We're getting a tour of the room. This is good.
Oh, good, good. It's looking like a horror movie. Oh, let me see if I can see the chat.
It's like somebody said, "Lighten up, Ted." Ooh. I know you've missed this humor.
It's like I'm at a haunted house. I'm like one of those ghost chases at a haunted house.
It does kind of look like that. That's true.
Oh my God. This is where Marie Antoinette killed herself. If you can listen real closely, you can hear her wails. Shh. Oh my God. Our EMF detectors are sensing a presence. Come out, spirit!
There you go.
Anyway, where were we at the stories? Hey, George, it's been a while.
As soon as you said we can hear her wails, I'm thinking, but we can't hear her fish. But okay, that's just me. Yeah. So you going to stay still now? Are you good?
I was actually going to plan to do a run at the store, but I'm good, yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, I've only been through 2 stories so far. You got the stories, right?
Yeah, I got the stories.
Okay, I did the Apple only because I felt it was required. And I just did the SpaceX launch with the civilian crew.
I figured you would save the Apple one for last.
No, I did it first. I think it was the big thing of the week. So I think it was the
big one for the last. All right, what does that leave?
The next story in line was the emergency update. You want to do that one?
Well, what did you cover? Did you talk about the cinematic video? What do you think about that?
I said that's the thing that excited the heck out of me. Now, I'm not buying, at least not right now, because since I got this, I got to hold off a little while. But if anything excites me and gets me to buy, it's going to be that cinematic video.
Okay.
What'd you think of it? You're the photographer.
Yeah. For the past 2 years, well, 3 years even, I think, the main upgrades with these iPhones was just mainly the cameras.
Yeah, it was very incremental.
Yeah, but otherwise.
But that was kind of a special thing, or do you consider it a gimmick?
What, the cinematic? No, not at all. I think it's okay.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I just kind of fell in love with it.
It wasn't perfect though, the cinematic thing. The one thing that bugged me out though was the fact that it's at you can only shoot at 1080p.
Yeah, me too. I have to agree with you there.
And even then, like, it wasn't so perfect. Like in the demo movie they shot, that's supposed to be a spoof of Knives Out.
Right. But I thought the bokeh looked great. In a video, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, but like, I want to say, like, you can do the same with Filmic Pro.
Okay.
But not as easy, but at least with Filmic Pro, you're more precise.
So you have to do more manual adjusting, that type of thing?
Yeah, like they'll give you a toggle on Filmic Pro. Let me show you what this has. So like, if you want to like focus, you have to like turn the toggle like
Okay, I see that. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so you're essentially manual. That's if you're manual focusing. So it's you have to control it, but it's more precise.
Right. I was just very impressed by it, but of course you're the expert here, not me.
Yeah, but on the cinematic, it makes it. Hello?
You just flipped yourself sideways for a second.
Yeah, the whole thing just went haywire for some reason. But I was saying, cinematic mode makes it look so easy.
Head side loaded.
They made it look so easy though, so it was nice.
Yes, they did.
It's simple, almost like simple to a fault, almost. The main bummer, I will say, was the focus breathing. So if you're focusing on something close and you're focusing on something far, hey, Will, look at that.
No, Will is here. Hey, Will.
Yeah.
Will say happy birthday to Eleanor. It's her birthday.
the main bummer was like, when you're focusing on something close and then you're focusing on something far or vice versa, like there's going to be focus breathing. So like, like the entire picture like changes a bit, like, some of the corner disappears or it comes into frame. That was the part that sucked because it seemed really like, noticeable. But otherwise,
Wouldn't you think it's more noticeable to you who has some expertise in photography than the average person?
I'm not. I mean, most people would actually, who knows what most people would notice. It is a noticeable thing.
Okay.
Most people won't notice, but I would say most people won't know why it is. Like why,
because you
like,
can't
why the whole frame just changed like that a little bit. They'll just think like, oh, that's just how it goes, and no, and we'll just know like, it's actually a lens imperfection that we don't like, but we have to put up with.
So,
actually, no, we don't
overall, were you impressed or not?
Overall, I would say, I don't know. The cinematic stuff, yeah, I'm not that impressed. But for those like, for the normies, I can see why that is impressive.
Yeah.
There is the one video mode, the ProRes. You're able to shoot in ProRes. I might be impressed. I might be impressed with that, even though it's coming later. But
it's coming a month or two, right?
Who knows? But the problem is that one, Apple hasn't said which ProRes codec it will be, and number two, like let's say it's a really good ProRes codec, how are you going to get it off your iPhone? Like, just having to like share a 40 gigabyte file over AirDrop is kind of.
No, I would just plug in to pull it off.
Okay, and then that's your third problem. Like, it's a USB 2.0 connection on the iPhone, so it's going to take a while to transfer.
Well, that's true. That is true.
So yeah, I'm waiting and seeing. But yeah, I'm going to hold on to this iPhone 11 even longer.
Yeah. So and I'm holding on to mine too for now because I've just spent pretty much as much money as I want to spend on phones this year. But the Pixel 6 is coming too, and that seems like it's going to be pretty impressive too. We've got a story about that coming up. So,
all right.
But I'm really glad to hear your opinions, especially of the cinematic mode and the bokeh stuff. So, okay, do you want to read the next one about the emergency update? I updated mine as soon as I saw the story. I updated my phone, my watch, my iPad Pro. I thought there was something. Oh, and there's something else in the story. Yeah. Okay, so you want to do that one?
Yeah, Apple has. This is from The Verge by.
Wait. Let me get it shared first. What did you do? Forget the show?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
You're lucky I had time to come on today. I'm on a phone.
Thank you. This is from The Verge, folks. And whenever you're ready, I'll change it to reader mode.
I'm ready.
Okay. There's reader view.
Stop and update your iPhone to iOS 14.8 right now. Apple has released a suite of new updates for iOS, macOS, and watchOS to fix a bug that security researchers at Citizen Labs says was a very likely exploited to allow government agencies to install spyware into the phones of journalists, lawyers, and activists. The researchers say the bug allowed for a zero-click install, meaning that the target didn't have to do anything to be infected using the Pegasus spyware, which is reportedly capable of stealing data, passwords, and activating a phone, microphone, or camera. You can read about our explainer of Pegasus here. Given the severity of the exploit, you should update to iOS 14.8, macOS Big Sur, and watchOS 7.6.2 as soon as you can. We heard about the exploit in August when Citizen Lab reported that it had successfully used the phones running iOS 14.6, released in May. Citizen Lab also said that the vulnerability, which it codenamed Forced Entry, seemed to match the behavior of an of an exploit Amnesty International wrote about in July. At the time, the security researchers wrote that it was made possible by a bug in Apple's core graphics system and happened when the phone tried to use a function related to GIFs after it received a text message containing a malicious file. However, even with that info, it could be difficult to pin down exactly what was happening without access to the infected files themselves. According to Citizen Lab, they discovered the files while reanalyzing a backup from an activist-backed phone. This file appeared to be GIFs sent as an SMS attachment, but were actually PSDs and PD. Oh my gosh, PSDs are bad now? Whew.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But it seems like from reading this, if you get a text, it's only going to happen if you get a text with a GIF, with a GIF.
A GIF, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, PSDs are Photoshop files.
Yeah, I haven't heard of PSD in a long time.
So, Citizen Lab suspected that that they could have been related to Pegasus, so it sent the files to Apple on September 7th. Apple quickly released the software updates, patching the bug on September 13th, and thanked Citizen Lab in a statement for completing the very difficult work of obtaining a sample of this exploit.
Good for them.
Some of Monday's updates also fixed a second security issue with WebKit for iOS and macOS Big Sur. While it's unclear if it's related to NSO's exploits, its discovery is attributed to an anonymous researcher instead of Citizen Lab, and it's in a different part of the system because Apple says that it may have been actively exploited.
Yeah.
Such an urgent security issue explains why we're seeing a new update to iOS just a day before an Apple event, whereas it's expected to announce new phones that will probably never run this version of the OS. So there have been rumors that iOS 14.8 released since early August, but given that Monday's release seems to deal with only the security issues discovered in September, it's possible we'll see at least one more iOS 14 release. So keep your devices up to date, guys. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that they said they did it before the new phones are announced, yeah, but we're not going to see those new phones, for a week or two. So better to update your phone now, right?
Yep.
You going on?
Core PDF rendering seem to have been problematic recently when it comes to security. iOS 14.7 also included a fix for a seemingly separate issue with the system, which could also lead.
You just froze on me.
Exploited. All of this serves as a reminder about how important it is to keep all of your devices up to date. While you hopefully never find yourself on the bad side of a government using advanced spyware, it's still a good idea to make sure your device isn't vulnerable to widely reported security exploits. Thankfully, Apple is planning on letting users install security updates for iOS 14 without having to upgrade to iOS 15, which could be useful for any future fixes. So for the time being, though, get all of your devices up to date as soon as you can.
Yeah, I did mine as soon as I started store. And funny, they didn't mention that they released one for iPad OS 2 because I updated all of them at the same time. Yeah. So cool. I gotta say, I'm really excited and happy to see you back.
Yeah, it's good to
even with your spooky lighting. Oh, Eleanor said, "Thank you, Will." Let's see what else.
I'm gonna check my iPhone, make sure I got that update, guys.
You're all awesome. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Love you all. Okay.
Come with me, guys, as I check to make sure my iPhone is exploit free.
I know you have all missed this sickness. Yo, Nigel's in here, and Nigel. Oh, and Serrano's in here. Let's see. Yo, Nigel, and Nigel said happy birthday, Eleanor. And she saw that, okay.
Oh, sorry, too wide.
And Serrano also said happy birthday, Eleanor. So cool, I had missed that. Okay, and Ren's just got to work. And Ren's is saying hi to Will. So everybody who should be on board is on board. Cool. Okay. What are you doing?
Oh my God, I found the iPhone.
It looked like the iPhone was on a toilet seat or something.
Oh,
So had
We're
you
gonna
updated
check.
yours already?
that's what I'm checking now.
Okay. Yeah, it should say 14.8.
This is how you check your me. All right, we're in the settings app, guys.
So he's
Where should I
teaching
go,
you
George? Should I go with general?
Yes, and it should be near the top. Oh, even if you go at the top where your name was, it should show you there too.
Software version. We're at 14.7.1.
You didn't update yet. You should do that.
Oh my God. Are you saying this device is vulnerable?
I'm saying it's vulnerable. Yes, they're saying it's vulnerable,
Oh
so
God,
I'm saying it's vulnerable.
no, it's vulnerable. Oh God, we have to update this immediately.
That's because you're in a spooky house. That's why. But don't let it get you spooked now. Okay, I can't stop.
Download and install.
I shouldn't have said I can't stop because I immediately my mind went, I can't stop this feeling. Okay.
Deep inside of me.
That's right.
Update. It says update requested. What? Okay, it's 30.
That's what it
37.
always does.
Okay. Oh,
All
thank
right.
goodness.
I saved you. I can't get you out of that spooky. I can't pull you out of that spooky house
Your name
though.
was George, not goodness.
All right, at least we got that much done. So anybody who hasn't updated their iPhone to 14.8, you should probably do it now. And your iPad and your watch, everything. Unless, of course, you like the government spying.
373 megabytes. Whew.
Okay. Should I go on to the next story?
Yeah.
Okay. This is on the Pixel 6. And I'm going to share the screen.
Renz is telling me to look behind me.
Oh, you see? You see? Look behind you, Ted. I like, wait, let me cancel this for a second. Ren's is trying to get you all spooked up. I like it. Keep it up, Renz. I like it. Mark says, oh, Mark's in here too. There we go.
Yo. Hold on. Let me get this.
Oh my God, it's a ghost.
Wait. Shut up, Ted.
Shut up,
Miss E,
Ted.
it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Miss E. I stole that from The Simpsons.
No. That's Eleanor, and Missy and Eleanor are two different people.
Uh-oh.
Eleanor is my ex.
Do I have to pick a different song then now?
No, you can use
What happens
any birthday
now?
song you want. I gave her the Beatles Happy Birthday, and I gave her the Stevie Happy Birthday. She liked that one
Go,
better.
shawty. It's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. And we gonna sip a Cardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give a what because it's your birthday.
There you go.
Happy birthday, Eleanor. Sorry about earlier, but we can forget about that.
Yeah, Brenda saying tech me spooky because of this lighting that Ted is using today. He was saying, well, it looks like one of those spook houses and ghost hunters or something.
I forgot my own intro.
There you go.
Sound effect, really, not an intro, just the crowd.
You know, having somebody who does this stuff for a living is kind of like having a ringer in here with all these sounds. You know that, right?
I do this for fun. I was never this active on a microphone. None of the MC stuff when I'm DJing. When I'm DJing, I'm DJing. MC stuff is separate.
Okay, well, we do find it fun.
A lot of you guys, it's your guys' fault, and I gave shout outs earlier. Actually, I told people on Clubhouse to come and check you out. not just
Oh,
because
thank
I
you.
was gonna be on here, but because of the authenticity and those basically my whole career. I guess you're on the hook for whatever happens with me because you and Ted both equally responsible for me even
Okay,
pursuing
it's
this
all our
side of
fault.
this avenue of that.
Look at Ted's face.
Mostly you, George. I mean,
Okay, so then all I can hope and pray is that only good things happen to you from now
right.
on.
There we go. Now that's exactly what I'm saying. And also, I mean, I guess Ted's your +1, so
Okay,
but he doesn't always RSVP. So there's already a couple points against him.
that is
Look
true.
at his face. You see his face?
Ted, why are you walking around so
Yeah,
much?
what's going on? What is it? Don't drink. What is that? Paint? Is that spackling? Is that drywall mud? Texture mud?
Sorry, the house is haunted, George.
He broke
I
into a
gotta see what
construction
the
site
sounds
and
are
just
coming
Yeah,
picked up whatever's
exactly.
lying around and took a sip.
from.
What a
I'm
weirdo.
testing this setup for the Halloween special, George.
That's not
Yeah,
for a while,
that's
man.
when
Come
we
on.
should
Can we
do
enjoy
this. Yeah,
September?
then we'd
Let's
have to
enjoy
start
September.
with the X-Files music and everything.
I got this. Hopefully I hit the right one. Let me see.
That's not bad. Not bad. Not bad. How many sound effects do you have?
8.
Okay.
Just 8.
Well,
How
I
many do I
guess
use?
I
2?
guess to
3?
give honor to the 70s, 8 is enough. Oh,
Oh. Am I too young for that joke?
that's an old show from the 70s, and the name of the show was 8 is enough.
Halloween special with FNTT. You'd want that, Renz?
Exactly.
Shout out to Renz. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Lurkers, Replay Squad. I know there's a few people here. I don't know if
Yeah,
there's
Renz wants the X-Files.
that show. I know only because of was Duchovny in the original or remake? Did they remake that?
They did a remake with Duchovny, yeah, and
Cop-
yeah, it was
Sorry, yeah, not Duchovny.
yeah, he was in he was the original. He was
Gotcha.
the original Fox Mulder.
All right, are we done with all the controversial stories?
No, we're not, well, no, we still have one controversial story.
Not it.
Controversial stories.
I only want the happy ones.
Okay, all right,
Well,
take the next one then.
yeah,
The
Apple.
Pixel 6.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
Pixel
let me,
6.
let me,
You're gonna make the
let me
Apple
get it.
guy read Pixel?
That's
Yes.
right.
Where's the Apple story?
Well, you asked for
That was
happy.
the first story I did. Wait, let
Why?
me get it shared first. I did it first because I figured it was the hotness of the week.
So all the Apple people came and then you did the story and they left.
Yeah, I guess. Well,
I-
now
I
they'll
believe-
all come back because they know you're here.
That's beside the point.
Okay, all right. It is up whenever you're ready.
Let's see here. I have the show notes over here on this side too, over here where I am. Hopefully the stream is stable. It was giving me problems.
Okay,
Let me,
so far so good.
Let me click it up. Yeah, I had to actually join my own stream twice with the MacBook as the backup. And then
Look at what
and then
Juan
it
is
took
saying.
over.
Not here, just to hear. Good one, good one.
Oh,
Let's rub it
no.
in. I like it.
Come on, man. All right, here we go. You guys can keep up. I'll just read. You let me know when to stop.
He's saying soak it
Soak
in.
it in,
While
Google
that
Pixel.
delicious food.
Google
Google
Pixel
Pixel.
6 Pro leak appears to confirm battery sharing 12 gigabytes or gigabits of RAM, more. This
Yep.
leak is allegedly based on a real Pixel 6 Pro, although it is very likely a prototype model. Let's see here. Do I read the little bullets or skip that?
No, just go past them.
Okay. We've already seen plenty of leaks related to Google's next slate of flagship phones. Some of those leaks were even dropped by Google itself. Wow, amazing. However, today's newest leak is interesting in that it allegedly comes from a real physical unit. An anonymous source speaking with XDA developers claims to have a real Pixel 6 Pro on hand. By communicating with the source, XDA feels comfortable standing by some alleged Google Pixel 6 Pro specs. Most of the specs are things we've already heard from other sources. For example, the Pixel 6 Pro will apparently have a 120 Hz display, which is something we've heard plenty of times. Keep in mind, though, that the alleged real device, which is almost certainly a prototype, not a retail model, having these features makes it more likely that's what we'll actually see. Elsewhere, XDA's source posits, is that the right typo?
Yeah.
I don't know that word. Some other Google Pixel 6 Pro specs. 12 gigabytes of RAM, periscope zoom camera, battery share, 320, 1440 display resolution, ultra wideband support, 50 megapixel Samsung GN1 main camera lens, 12 megapixel Sony wide angle lens, 48 megapixel Sony telephoto lens, 5,000 milliamp hour batteries, Wi-Fi 6E, and an in-display fingerprint sensor. The source also confirms that, unfortunately, the Pixel 6 Pro does not support ActiveEdge. No idea what that is. We got excited about this rumor earlier today, but it appears not to be. Okay, so I don't need to know it. Cool. Google will likely launch the Pixel 6 series in October, not long after its expected launch of Android 12. That's when we'll know for certain what the Pixel 6 Pro specs will be. Until then, we'll just need to keep checking on these leaks and keeping our fingers crossed.
You see how kind I was to you? I give you a short story to break you in easily with the Pixel.
I appreciate that, George. You're one of the best.
I love the way Juan, look at it. Juan's giving you a hand. I love the way he came in. Cool.
Oh, thanks, Juan. You are truly the Juan and only.
Oh, very good. I like it. I
hope I hit the right button. There we go.
There you go.
Oh my God. I came out of there alive. I left the haunted house.
Damn.
Now he's in the car. This is really going to be a mobile show now, right?
I guess I owed George those $2 that Ted made it out.
Gotta get out of here. But yeah, so I was surprised to hear that it's don't know why I'm surprised. It's a Sony sensor. Was I hearing someone's gonna have a Samsung one?
I was surprised to see the mix like that. Where are we going, by the way?
Funky
We're
Town.
going to the sheriff's office. We have to let the people know this house should be quarantined away from the public. Well,
I'm not responsible for what Ted's doing.
I like Mark's comment better because my mind, well, won't you take me to Funky Town? Okay.
That's right. Yeah, take us to Funky Town, Ted. Come on. What are you doing? Did we lose him?
He froze up on us. There you go. Oh, yeah, that's the perfect set. That was good.
You guys saw it here first. I guess the spirit. Oh, we got him back.
We've got legs and shorts.
This is why we tell people never, ever, ever skip leg day.
There you go.
Not a good look, as you can clearly see here. Can we make that bigger, George?
Does this mean we have a leg up on the competition?
No, not with these. No, definitely not. Oh, geez. No, you were right. Go back to the first one where you were big, and then drag him over. I think I'm still learning StreamYard too, so drag him to where you are. There we go.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the chat on a scale from 1 to horrible. What do you guys think these set of chicken tenders are?
Chicken
tenders. Here we go.
I love it. I love it.
I just said what I said, Ted. Why would you take that away from the chat?
All right, Ted. You're big and we're small. So
hold on. Are you outside, Ted?
Yeah. I can't get out.
Well, good luck, man. You play video games before, right? You know booby traps?
All right, how do I put this back?
Because there's a lot of them here.
Here we go.
George likes to make
this is an exciting show because you never know what Ted is going to do next. Okay.
Well, only because we tend to ignore him.
Ooh.
Don't encourage him. I think the therapist said. The doctors are concerned.
So, anyway, George, are you getting the Pixel? Is Ren's getting the Pixel? Is the Pixel coming to Philippines?
Yeah, Renz, are you going to get the Pixel? Pixel 6? Yeah, for me, it's debated, but yeah, I'm going to end up either getting.
You're going to have to unmute, Renz.
Or the iPhone. I'm not sure which yet, but it'll still be. It won't be till next month, the month after. We'll see. Okay, so yeah, Renz, let us know if you're going to get the Pixel 6.
Was that me?
So
To be
any
honest-
chance you'll ever get a Pixel phone?
Did you
Mark?
guys? I don't think so.
Okay.
When
Not
is
that I
supposed to
wouldn't,
be
test
available?
drive one. I just don't.
When
Like
is the
I don't know if I
announcement?
could afford to do that to myself too. Where say on the off chance that I like it, that it's decent. I mean, it reminds me of again. I wasn't always Apple. Apple, the
That's
4S
right.
was
That's right. You
my
said so.
the 4S was like my fifth, maybe even like seventh phone because I think I had three sidekicks in a row from the second, the
Okay.
third, the LX, a flip phone, an LG Android phone, and then I believe the 4S after that or something like that. But say I like
Okay.
it. Right now I'm so deep
Even
in the
I've got
Apple.
a flip phone.
I'm so deep in the Apple ecosystem. There'd be all sorts of costs of switching that would be associated with that, and me stepping outside of the Apple ecosystem.
See, do what I do.
And
Carry one
if
of each every day.
you guys are losing.
Okay, now Ted's back in his office, and Renz is saying, "No, I'll be waiting for the Pixel Fold."
I don't know if he's still in the chat, but all this shenanigans is made possible by his little road contest that I won. This is all with the road.
One. Yeah, he was
Road,
already complaining
the road
about
logic
the mic that
Ted,
you won.
did you guys lose me just then, or was that?
We lost you for a split second.
Okay,
That was
let
all.
me. If this is what I was telling you, George, that was happening last time. I could hop in the
Okay.
stream again on my MacBook. That held up way better.
Okay, you want to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now.
Wait, what are you on the stream now on?
I'm on
iPad?
the 2020 12.9-inch iPad Pro, but it's also on the beta. I updated it, and I don't know if it's StreamYard. I don't know if it's Safari. I don't know if it's.
Yeah, see, I've never gone beta. I've gone beta with one of my iPhones, but right now I haven't used the beta at all.
There's a lot going on. That's why.
Yeah, Ren says he's just happy with his 4A 5G, and I can understand that. I'm pretty happy with my 5A too.
Oh, whoops. Sorry about that.
Yeah, he gave us the sexy background music.
All right, here I'm gonna jump in right now on this guy, but I got to jump the microphone over. So hold on.
Okay. I put that one in. I'm going to remove the other one.
Hey, this is a leak.
All right.
Yeah, that's why I didn't read the article. It says leak.
Okay.
Like I said yesterday at what's Juan's and TK Bay's podcast called? Best of Our Week?
Best of our week, yes.
Yeah, like I said yesterday at the Best of Our Week podcast, I haven't paid attention to any leak since Joshua Vergara said in the Android Authority podcast, leaks ruin tech announcements.
I heard him say that. I don't think so, but they can be overdone. I'll give you that.
What do you mean? Of course, yeah. Listen, do spoilers not ruin a TV show for you?
Yeah, but it's not the same thing because I don't care how many leaks you get on a phone or most pieces of tech. There's still something. There's still something about when you see it for real, when you first touch it. For me, leaks don't ruin it.
Like if someone spoils a movie, like you haven't seen The Empire Strikes Back. Go way back in the time machine, George, and somebody told you, "Hey, Darth Vader is Luke's father."
Yeah, that would ruin it. I admit that, especially that. That was the biggest thing that had ever happened up to that point.
Yeah, I think even people that were working with the movie didn't know.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
Got
Yes, but you're comparing apples and oranges. It's not the same. It's not even close to the same.
Oh no, it's completely the same because when the whole point of the tech announcement is that nobody knows.
That is not the whole. No, think about what a tech announcement is. I was thinking about this during the Apple event. Samsung.
If you don't know anything about
a tech announcement is nothing but a very long commercial. That's all it is.
If you don't know anything about the product or what they're going to announce, you're just sitting there enjoying the show, just taking at face value what they're saying. If you've listened to a leak, you go into the tech announcement with the expectation, okay, are they going to talk about is the
I'm not saying it's not more exciting when you don't know. I'm just saying it doesn't ruin it. Not like when you ruin it in a movie. It's
Why
not the
must we
same
fight?
thing in my opinion.
Why?
All right, Mark, you referee. Who's right?
Why must we fight? No leaks. No
So
spoilers,
he's
rather.
with you, Ted. He's with you.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
All right, so
You will
it's the old guy against the young folks. Okay.
I mean, all right. There's two sides to that. One of them is okay, yeah, no spoilers, sure, don't ruin it. But also, you've had how long to watch whatever is supposedly being spoiled?
You kind of lost me.
How long have you had to have seen whatever is potentially being spoiled for you?
Oh,
That's another thing, because that's on that person.
well, and
What
that's
if-
that's
no,
kind,
what
yeah,
if
but
it's a
that's
spoiler
kind of like
thing?
what I said. The
I mean-
leaks can be overdone. They can be too much, but generally, leaks do not ruin it for me.
What do you mean, like the article we just read? Isn't this not too much?
No, they were only talking
Not for
about
me,
one.
'cause it-
They were only talking about one of the phones for one
Not for me,
thing.
because I don't care about that. Remember,
So that's 50%.
you're asking the wrong guy.
That's 50% of the
Well, that's
phones.
true. That's true. That's true. Anyway, for me, the leaks don't ruin it. We're all different. Maybe I'm too old. I don't.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe it doesn't ruin it for you, but you got to say it takes some of the excitement out of
It
it.
takes some of the excitement away. I'll grant you that. That's true.
I mean, like
But
when
you have to remember, people like you, Mike, Will, a lot of people have said over the years, it's gotten boring with the same old slab, blah, 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 blah. For me, it never got boring. So I may be just a little different,
I don't know. It was like, Joshua, I think, said that in 2016. And we're looking back, I was thinking the last time.
Was that long ago?
Yeah, a while ago. And
Because I can remember when he said that. Yeah.
And then I was just thinking back to the last time I enjoyed a tech announcement. And it was the Motorola's announcement for the Moto X Style and G and the G and
Really?
the G from
Yeah, so that definitely means a bit different because I enjoyed this week's. Truly.
Well, you
Mine
enjoyed
was-
the Apple one?
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed the Apple one too. And yeah, I can say that because, I don't pay attention to any leaks.
And
I don't look-
and they I think they surprised everybody,
I listen.
especially with the iPad Mini, which I thought was really great.
It's like the ways Confucius says, ignorance is bliss.
Sometimes ignorance can also get you killed. Don't forget that.
Remember,
I've told people for years, my paranoia
But-
has kept me alive for years.
Whoa. There's a difference between paranoia and that other thing you said. You said ignorance, right? Ignorance can get you
Yeah,
killed, but
that's
at
true,
least
but
you'll.
my paranoia tends to keep me from being ignorant, and I see it coming. Next thing you know, he's in the hospital and I'm not.
At least you'll die blissfully.
Okay, I'll buy that.
All right, someone needs headphones.
all right, let me
Yes.
do the next story. Actually, no, the
All
next
right.
one's Pixel Tensor. Let
Yes.
Mark do that one too.
Is that you?
Ted, is that you echoing like crazy?
I hear that static.
Yeah, that's you, Ted. Can you put
You need
earphones in
headphones,
or
bro.
something?
What? That was good the whole time. What are you talking about? Are you sure
No,
it's me?
we're hearing lots of echo now. Coming from you.
For me.
From
Yeah,
you.
pull up the stream on YouTube and you'll know.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
You can't hear it through on your.
No, I think that
Oh,
happens
we're
a lot
using
with
headphones. That's right. You
Android,
can't hear it. We're doing it the right way.
as
Echo.
opposed to the left way.
Shout out to the chat. In echo mode. Ah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Ren says the problem with rumors and leaks, some of them are true, but when the product arrives, it's not we really expect how it will look or how it will perform.
What does Renz know?
It pulls down hype instantly. Okay. Yeah, but then you look at somebody like who am I trying to say? Never settle. My mind went.
OnePlus?
What?
Thank you. OnePlus leaks everything like crazy, and it just builds more hype, right?
Do they? No, they
I
don't
think
leak.
they do.
they build hype, with promotional materials, interviews,
They
some
push all kinds of crap. I think they leak everything like crazy.
some salty drama,
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
but they
All
don't
right.
leak the product. They don't say anything about the product. They just make a lot of what is that? Dum dum.
Dub 21.
I show it almost every stream. You've seen this, Ted. Where's the camera?
I think that's the first time I've noticed it too.
That's I Cave Dave in the middle. He made himself the biggest because he has ego issues, and he signed it even though no one asked him to. And that is me right there. You see that right there with the peace sign. See it?
Okay. How about that? Oh yeah. Okay.
And we're over here, the pillow.
There you go. Yeah.
The cat's on that though.
Okay.
That's how excited I was when we were supposed to get our MacBook Pros M1X, but a certain someone named John missed the mark, or they changed stuff, but for whatever reason it didn't happen.
Oh,
no
look at that.
No pointing fingers. I actually like the guy. John's cool.
No pointing fingers.
Disappointed because his leak didn't come true.
Well, I'll still point the finger. That was a lie, but I still like.
Look at this. Gary's not here, so Rent's filled in for him. Oneplus.
Where's
I
everyone
remind
else?
you guys that leaks are a bad thing. You certainly don't plan a future on them, George. Not George. I'm sorry.
And that, my friends, is an opinion.
Yeah, and that's what the show's about. We all have different opinions. It's allowed.
And some of them are correct, and others aren't.
Thank you very much.
That's okay. You know what? No
Okay,
problem.
let's have the young folks abuse the old
Jay
folks.
Will.
That's okay. I'm gonna go suck my thumb in a minute.
Jay Will had an opinion, in my opinion, one time about the Pixel Slate, and it turns out that I was right.
I remember your opinion about the Pixel Slate.
What did you say? Something dumb?
Yes. What?
What'd you say about it? Something dumb or what? What did I miss?
No, he was like,
he
was all hyped and psyched for the Pixel Slate, and I was just like, for the price. I said it was stupid to buy something with an Intel. What was it? Was it Intel Core? What's the one behind it under an i3? What's the Intel chip under an i3?
I thought the 3 was the lowest.
No, there's one lower than that.
I can't remember.
Just the regular? Would they even give that a number? Wouldn't it be 1?
No, it doesn't have a number. I think it's Core 2 Duo.
Chat, let us
Celeron.
know.
That's what it is. It was Celeron.
That's right.
No idea.
For the Pixel Slate, you were paying about almost $800 for a Celeron processor chip, and I was like, "That's dumb. Don't do it." And he was like, and Jay Will was like, "That is your opinion." But I was right.
It's not that bad.
I was right.
If we ever run into him in Vegas again,
that's better. Look at that. That looks good. Dumb plus.
Yeah, that's what Gary always calls Oneplus.
Oh, I think more people joined. What should we do? How should we entertain them? Why would they click on this? What's the thing?
Who's in here? Why would they click on this? That's a good attitude on my channel.
Well, I'm asking. Come on now. Let's work towards a solution. It says Friday Night Tech Talk. Didn't you used to put the stories in the thing title?
That's what I do.
I put the stories in the title tonight for the first time, as a matter of fact.
In the description? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Jay Will doesn't like opinions or facts, says Jason Gill in the chat. Most religious people don't. Damn.
Well, yeah, but you see, he's a born-again Christian. I'm a born-again Christian. I don't even consider myself a religious person. Some people would, but I don't.
Yeah, what are you talking about? George likes opinions, and he respects
I do like
that.
opinions. I do like
opinions.
Wait, does that mean you died if you were born again?
Yes.
Or did you just skip that part and went straight to the birth?
Spiritually, that's true. You have to die spiritually to be born again.
Makes sense to me.
True. Yeah.
Okay, then I can get behind that.
Jesus explained that.
Did he? Or did people say things?
I prefer that. It makes more. It's an easier sell when you just say saved.
It is easier. Yeah, it is easier.
Wait, so if he died for my sins, I can send it up or what?
I wouldn't try that if I were you. Just
good thing you aren't me, yeah?
It's just my opinion.
Isn't that a good thing, George, that you aren't me?
It's probably better that you're not me, because I have a higher opinion of you than I do of me.
Oh, come on, man. Don't guilt trip me.
Oh.
Why would you do that? Why
Don't.
being sweet? Don't do that.
Hey, that means I like you, sucker.
Pretty good.
Oh,
All right, are we
man.
ready for the next story, Ted?
Is it the one that
Yeah,
the
man.
tensor
My
chip?
iPad was up.
I'm sharing screen now.
Are you gonna
Okay,
do the
there
sad
we
one,
go.
George? Do you get the less fun one? Okay. fine.
I'll give you whatever one you want.
Okay.
All right, this one
Yeah,
is Ted.
I'll do this one. Mark can do the other one about Facebook since he has a daughter.
Okay.
No. Nope.
All
That's
right, whenever
exactly
you're
the one
ready.
I'm talking about. That's exactly the one I'm talking about.
All right, this is on The Verge.
Google's Verge again. Google's rumored Pixel 6 tensor processor sounds extremely weird by Chaim Gartenberg. The mystery of Google's upcoming SoC gets stranger.
Yeah.
Google is set to debut its first in-house smartphone chip, the Tensor SoC,
Make it bigger.
in its coming Pixel 6 and 6 Pro phones. If the latest report from XDA is correct, the Tensor's rumored CPU setup could be very, very weird even by Google's setup. So far, Google has largely been hyping the Tensor SoC's AI performance, but it hasn't revealed any information on the basic CPU and GPU of the specs of the chip. Google's Rick Osterloh would only tell The Verge that the standard stuff people look at will be very competitive and the AI will be totally differentiated. Some of the aspects of the Tensor's components have already come to light. An earlier XDA report notes that Pixel 6 will likely use an off-the-shelf ARM Mali A78 GPU design, which Samsung uses on its own flagship Exynos 2100, while Reuters reports that Google will be sourcing its 5G modem from Samsung. But the CPU will remain, it still remains a mystery. Until today, when XDA published a report based on both a Geekbench score and a source who claimed to have an actual Pixel 6 Pro. This is tangible. This is reporting.
Okay.
None of that leak nonsense. The report claims that the CPU setup on the Tensor will consist of two Cortex X1 performance cores clocked at 2.80 gigahertz, two Cortex A76 performance cores clocked at 2.25 gigahertz, and four Cortex
What's wrong, Ted?
What are you doing to him?
If you've been keeping up with the major flagship smartphone chips, that's a very weird list to see. One that mixes together powerful new cores with weaker old ones. Let's take a step back to explain why. When we're looking at most smartphone SoCs that are generally two main parts, performance CPU cores and efficiency CPU cores, ARM-based designs tend to mix those together in big little configurations to allow for designs that can ramp up performance by using the more powerful big cores for intensive things like gaming while running less demanding tasks on little efficiencies core to prolong battery life. A typical ARM-based design might include four performance cores like the Cortex A78 and four efficiencies cores like the Cortex A55, but last year ARM added a new, even more powerful performance option for chip makers to use, the Cortex X1. So the top smartphones of 2021 tend to offer a triple cluster design. The Snapdragon 888 uses partially customized versions of the single Cortex X1, three Cortex A78, and four Cortex A55 cores, while Samsung's Exynos 2100 uses a similar configuration. Tensor, on the other hand, is said to offer two Cortex X1 cores, two Cortex A76, that's the weaker one under the A78, and the usual four Cortex A55s, which makes a very strange version of a triple cluster design. By including not one, but two Cortex X performance cores, Tensor could theoretically allow it to outclass even the best chips from Qualcomm and Samsung, if not for the second half of the rumor, which is that Google is also using two Cortex A76 cores, which simply put doesn't make any sense. As XJ points out, the Cortex A76 was introduced in 2018 and is a full 2 generations behind the A78 used in the 2021 flagships. There's no immediate logical reason why Google would use the older design either, The A78 is both faster and more efficient than its older counterpart, making it extremely strange to choice as to include as part of the Tensor CPU cluster, especially if Google is already going out with 2 X1 cores. There is a chance that Google is simply obfuscating its CPU design in the Geekbench score, though, although the report does note that it would be unlikely. For now, the mystery of the Pixel 6 Tensor chip has gotten even weirder, and it'll stay that way too until Google reveals more information when the phone arrives later this fall.
Yeah, so I don't include that too because it does seem kind of weird that they went back to the 886.
Oh no, Echo.
Yeah, we get echo again today.
Figured out what happened.
Okay.
It wasn't using this microphone. So when I was muted over here, this microphone was still on, and I made some extra noise to test it. Like, is that me?
So it wasn't you, Ted. Sorry.
Of course it wasn't me.
Apologies to Ted.
No, you don't got to do that.
Are you still eating? Okay.
Why not?
Yeah. Ted
What's your issue with
disappeared
food?
on us.
You don't believe in snacking, George? Is that right?
Not unless you have enough for the rest of the hosts, Mark.
Actually, I snack every night.
Jalapa no kettle cooked.
I figured out years ago, if you exercise enough, you can eat anything you want, anytime you want. That's pretty much what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I did think that was strange that they went back to that A76.
Yes,
They could explain it.
perplexing.
Okay. And Brian forgot to recognize.
That means it's so that means the little cores, any task that the phone has to do with the A76 cores is going to be slower than these Snapdragon 888.
And why would they do that, especially when they're putting 2 X1s in there? That is strange, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, it's weird.
But since it's already been brought out in public, maybe they'll explain it when.
You know what I suspect?
Go ahead.
Well, I wish Juan would have something to say about this. Oh, where is
me
he?
too.
Oh well, I guess he's not here. I can have maybe they're just gonna have the phone sprint a lot. So they'll just have the phone do whatever tasks that are short and quick, like opening stuff up like quickly.
Okay.
It'll use the X1 core so that it's done nice and fast, and then it'll just use the slower A76 cores for for sustained performance, so that better battery life.
Yeah, but suppose you want a game on it though.
Yeah, oh yeah, for gaming, then it'll just use the 2 X1 cores.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
And just
I
let
would think
those
you would use
run
the
down the battery.
X76 for stuff like email and stuff like that.
Unless maybe it's a cost thing.
You think so? We're talking Google here. So I don't know. It just seems very. Anyway, that's why I included the story, because it does seem like a very strange thing. But who knows? Maybe they'll address it up front, since it's out in public now.
Or maybe the extra X1 core, like maybe that's why, that's why they had the extra X1 core, or maybe the X1 core is needed for no, that's mostly image processors though, image signal processors.
So it is
Maybe
strange, but
they needed
I'm
it
going to
for
guess
some-
we'll never find out, but who knows? Maybe they'll be upfront about it and tell us. All right, Mark, I'm going to do this story myself, all right?
Sounds good.
Let Mark do it. Let him do it.
Because plus, I like to call
no
out
depressing
Facebook.
stories over here, man. I don't care
I
how.
like to
No
call out
depressing
Facebook
stories.
because they're so hypocritical. Okay, this was on BBC News. Facebook under fire over secret team research by Jane Wakefield. Let me switch to reader view. Okay.
Oh no, Brian says maybe Google is just using inferior hardware again. I mean, technically, Brian is not wrong.
Just because it's sitting on the shelf or something. It's
That would
possible.
explain why they're overhyping it.
I mean, it's inferior because there's something better on the shelves, the A78.
Exactly. Okay, moving on. According to Image caption: teenage girls can be very conscious of body image, and Instagram can make them feel worse, the internal study showed. Facebook-owned Instagram has been criticized for keeping secret its internal research into the effect social media had on teenage users. According to the Wall Street Journal, its study showed teenagers blamed Instagram for increased levels of anxiety and depression. Campaign groups and MPs have said it is proof that the company puts profit first. Instagram said the research showed its commitment to understanding complex and difficult issues. You're right. A Wall Street Journal's report, not disputed by Facebook, finds a 2019 presentation slide said we make body image issues worse for 1 in 3 teenage girls. Another slide said teenagers blame Instagram for increased levels of anxiety and depression. In 2020, research found 32% of teenage girls surveyed said that when they felt bad about their bodies, Instagram made them feel worse. Some 13% of UK teenagers and 6% of US users surveyed traced a desire to kill themselves to Instagram. Heavy duty. Instagram conducted multiple focus groups, online surveys, and diary studies over a number of years. In 2021, it conducted large-scale research of tens of thousands of people that paired user responses with its own data about time spent on Instagram and what was viewed. The Wall Street Journal story focused on a limited set of findings and cast them in a negative light, it said. But the issue was far more complex. Sorry, I'm not buying that. According to Facebook, people's relationship with social media is complex. It makes them feel both good and bad. We've done extensive work around bullying, suicide, and self-injury and eating disorders to help make Instagram a safe and supportive place for everyone, the company said. Based on our research and feedback from experts, we've developed features so people can protect themselves from bullying. We've given everyone the option to hide like counts, and we've continued to connect people who may be struggling with local support organizations. It was working on prompts to encourage people repeatedly dwelling on negative subjects to look at different topics, it said. And it promised to be more transparent about its research in the future. I guess you better be. But National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, head of Child Safety Online, Andy Burrows, said it was appalling that they chose to sit on their hands rather than act on evidence. Instead of working to make the site safe, they've obstructed researchers, regulators, and government and run a PR and lobbying campaign in an attempt to prove the opposite. MP Damien Collins, who's chairing the UK Parliamentary Committee looking at how big technology should be regulated to protect user safety, said it was time to hold them to account. The Wall Street Journal Facebook Files investigation has exposed how the company time and time again puts profit before harm. Its own research is telling it that a large number of teen users say the service makes them feel worse about themselves, but the company just wants to make sure they keep coming back. The online safety bill aims to give regulator Ofcom the power to find companies that fail to act on content that could cause harm. Instagram is popular with young children despite a joining age of 13. U.S. campaign group Fair Play said the news showed Instagram was no place for children. In a move straight out of Big Tobacco's playbook, Facebook downplayed the negative effects of its product and hid this research from the public and even from members of Congress who specifically asked for it. I'd say that pretty much says it all. And in the ultimate display of chutzpah and disregard for children, the company now wants to hook young kids on Instagram. Fair Play also called on the U.S. government to demand Facebook release its research and block its plans to launch Instagram Youth. It was revealed earlier this year, Facebook plans to create an advert-free Instagram for under 13s designed to keep them safe. Yeah, just what we need. Jonathan Haidt, a social psychologist at New York University Stern School of Business, told BBC Radio 4's Today program he had met Facebook boss Mark Zuckerberg to discuss the social network's effect on mental health. He was interested, but he believes the research is ambiguous and does not point to harm. Sure, he believes that. Of course, now we know they had their own research, which did suggest harm. They had focus groups, online surveys, diary studies, so this was not one chance finding. one wouldn't expect them to come forward the first time they find evidence of harm and say, oh my God, our product is harmful. But if they have multiple sources of evidence and that there is evidence outside the company too, then I think the picture is pretty clear. But he added, it would not take root and branch changes at the company. No, it would take root and branch changes at the company to make any difference.
George,
What?
I'm sorry. Could you make it bigger? The stories?
He asked me at the end of the story. Better? Is that better?
Oh my God,
There's
Ted,
no
come on.
difference, George.
What's wrong with you?
Different.
You have to click on the thing.
Click on the thing. That helps me a lot.
Well, try it. Click on the page, maybe.
What do you hold on again? You hold on to Control or Shift and then move the mouse.
It's
the mouse,
Control or
the mouse
Command,
code?
I believe. Plus sign. Control plus on Windows.
Or
Yeah,
just,
all I'm doing is
just
making
do
the screen
control. Just do Control and scroll the mouse, George. Do you have a mouse,
Why
George?
do you
or
wait till I get to the last line of the story and then you want this?
A mouse wheel. Do you have a scroll wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold Control and then use the scroll wheel. Oh my gosh. Maybe you don't hold the Control. What's the other button that you hold?
Oh, what's going on there? The other way.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. You're right. Okay. Is that better?
Developer for
This is good
how many
practice.
years?
All the way to the edge. Some people are using.
Thank you, Renz. Look at that.
Hey,
Bookmark
all right.
Renz comment.
All right, start over from the beginning.
Yeah, right.
That,
I'm on the last sentence. That's where we are. The platform encourages children to post photos of themselves to be rated by others, including strangers around the world, he said. If this is the business model, there is no way to fix it. That's probably true. All right, now can I put this back the way it was?
Oh,
Okay.
how many more stories are there? One, two.
Yeah, wait a minute. I messed myself up here. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. Now I'm over here.
Brings us to our sponsor.
Okay, now I'm back to normal here. Okay. So, yeah, look at Renz laughing at me. Thank you, Renz. You used to be so supportive. I don't know. Okay, he's making fun
Laughing
of
with
me.
you.
Oh, he's laughing with me? Okay.
Maybe.
All right, now there's still two more stories, actually. All right, you want to take the Epic Games one, Mark?
Is it a short one?
I don't
You know I don't like reading, but for you, I usually make exceptions.
Yes, it is a short one.
All right, let's do it. Let me grab the show notes here, since I had to jump devices. It is not open.
I just thought it was interesting because we've been following this story for a year now.
All right.
All right, can I make it bigger? Okay,
Here we
there. It's bigger. Okay.
All right. Epic Games pays $6 million owed to Apple, asks for its dev account back. Where's the beginning? I can't tell. There's an ad right in the middle? Jeez. Okay, here we go. Epic Games on Monday confirmed it has paid the $6 million it owed to Apple in royalties just days after it was ordered by the court. The fee covers Apple's cut for in-game revenues collected between August 2020 and October 2020, when Epic allowed Fortnite players on iPhone and iPad to make direct purchases. Epic CEO Tim Sweeney also said that the company has asked Apple to restore its developer account. Epic quickly settles Apple royalties bill. A U.S. judge last week ruled in favor of Apple in 9 out of 10 counts in its lengthy battle against Epic over the App Store. But Epic won what is considered the most important one, the one that forces Apple to allow developers to offer third-party payment methods inside their apps and games.
Yep.
This was the freedom Epic was fighting for in the first place, but the company still isn't happy with the overall outcome, which determined that the App Store was not a monopoly. Epic already confirmed it has filed an appeal against the ruling. It has now settled the $6 million it owed to Apple in royalties. Epic has paid Apple $6 million as ordered by the court, read the short tweet, somewhat humorously accompanied by an Apple Pay logo. posted by Sweeney on Monday. This fee covers the royalties owed to Apple for in-game content sold between August 2020 and October 2020, plus interest. Oh, interest.
Yep.
I feel like I read that a few times already. This, what are we? Cult of Mac? I don't know about them.
Oh.
I hate reading it. Doesn't mean that, I can't critique it. It's at least make it, Anyways, Epic wants its dev account back. In another tweet, Sweeney also confirmed that Epic has asked for its Apple developer account to be restored. The account was closed down last summer after Apple removed all Epic titles from the App Store. But it's not completely clear why Epic needs the account right now. That one hurt me, actually, to read.
Yeah, why? Yeah, I think they made a mistake there.
Well, they shouldn't do it. They're professionals, yeah?
Yeah.
Sweeney has already confirmed Fortnite won't return to the App Store anytime soon. Players will likely have to wait for the outcome of its appeal. And even then, Epic may decide not to bring the game back to iPhone and iPad if things do not go in its favor.
Yep.
You mean like little crybabies?
Something like that.
Let's read the comments. Oh, there aren't any. I wonder why.
Okay.
Am I being too hard?
All right. So I just thought at least they paid right away. So I think give them credit for that.
Well, a court made him do it. So.
Yeah. Oh, and the next story, the last story, is about this.
Arms?
Galaxy Watch 4.
Oh. 4 arms. Wrists. Wrist accessories.
Ted, you want to read or should I read?
Yeah, you take that one too.
Okay.
Why don't you make
I just thought it was interesting that he felt this way. I don't feel this way. I've had it for a week now, and I'm loving my.
He's not here a lot. Make him do it. He owes us.
I don't make him do anything.
You could ask.
He just did.
That's true. I did.
That was a weak ask.
Well, I'll leave the strong asking. Am I making this any bigger or not?
Why don't you keep us on the screen? I like to see myself.
Oh, you want to be on screen?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing?
All right, last story. The Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 isn't good enough. Why I'm returning it after 2 weeks. The Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 was something I wanted so badly, but ultimately it let me down. So let me switch to view. Okay, boy, that's small. How do I make that bigger?
The other way.
Oh,
Do what you did, but the reverse of it.
Okay.
Or the backwards.
I'm getting there. Okay. But you had to be on screen, so I had to take up some of the screen with you.
You can make it even bigger.
Bigger.
Blame it on me.
You're right there. Why not?
Let's pick on Ted. He's almost never here.
Like many smartwatch fans and tech enthusiasts, when all the rumors panned out to be true that the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 series was going to be ditching Tizen in favor of new Wear OS 3, I couldn't have been more excited. From Samsung's history of excellent hardware design to the snappy performance produced by its custom processors, I was ready to give Samsung my money. So the day the Galaxy Watch 4 was announced, I placed my pre-order, and the watch has been on my wrist since it arrived until today. Let me start by saying that Samsung did everything I could have asked for from a hardware perspective. I have a Galaxy Watch 2 that I enjoy for many reasons, hardware being one. The design changes that Samsung made for the Active 2 to the Galaxy Watch 4 were just enough to make it the perfect fitness watch for me. Then with the inclusion of the new health tracking methods that include the BAI sensor, which works very nicely, I must say, I got my hopes up high. However, once I powered up the watch and began using it, my hopes began to diminish quickly. It's not you, it's me. Particular in how I like things, but I'm willing to try something new. However, if I give something different a chance, it better bring something pretty great to the table to add it to my rotation of regulars. This is true in many things I enjoy, from foods to music, movies to tech, and everything else in life. Specifically in tech, I have found that I prefer the way Wear OS handles the basics over Tizen. I disagree with him there. Aside from the lack of apps on Galaxy Watches in the past, my least favorite thing is the notifications, and I love the notifications. It's hard to deny that Samsung's hardware is among some of the best in Android smartwatches, but again, they have run Tizen for most of their existence. So again, Now that Wear OS 3 was debuting on these new smartwatches, I was ready to dip back into Samsung and see if it could win me over. But unfortunately, my fear of Google leaning too much on Samsung was realized. Unless you open up the apps and find the Google apps in the Play Store, it's hard to know that this watch isn't running Tizen. Well, that is true. The notifications are exactly the same as before, not great in my opinion, no Google Assistant. Though that should be changing in the future. Apps are already disappearing from the watch or locked to Wear OS 3, and all the visual clues from Tizen, though that's not all bad. Again, I'm fine with something different from what I like if the overall package is better than my previous regular. I know that much of the visual parts of the software are the Samsung Skin One UI watch, and I'm mostly okay with that. But it's the other things that Wear OS 3 is holding on to from Tizen that aren't my cup of tea that make the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 a no-go for me right now. You know what, though? I think I could get past those quirks of Tizen Wear OS 3 on the Galaxy Watch 4 after enough use. That's because the hardware and the way the watch operates is about as perfectly as to be expected, but that's not true. While the watch's design is on point for me, it doesn't hold up for all the excitement of the new custom 5nm processor enhancements to the OS. I was wrong. It isn't me, it's you. When I really look at my situation with the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, I realize that I'm willing to change for the watch, but it lets me down every time I give it a chance. I can forgive its shortcomings in the software department because much of that can be fixed with future updates. But the hardware is what it is. In this instance, when I say hardware, I'm referring to the internal components and how it operates. Until I got the Galaxy Watch 4, my daily smartwatch driver was the TicWatch Pro 3. I liked it for its battery life, the usefulness of its dual-layer display, and Wear OS for all of its flaws. Because like I said before, I preferred Wear OS over Tizen because it got the basics better than the latter did. I also agree with the TicWatch Pro 3 because of its overall performance. Even though it's running an inferior processor compared to the new hotness of Galaxy Watch 4 side by side today, it runs better. I'm sure that last statement will ruffle some feathers, but I really expected more in the performance department on Samsung's watch. Look, there is every possible chance that some of the hiccups when using the watch could be due to some of old Wear OS code, but Samsung had a hand in creating this new OS. Sure, some of this may be fixed in the future, but for the cost of this watch and all the pomp and circumstance around it, I shouldn't have to be a guinea pig for it. I'm not saying the TicWatch Pro 3 is perfect, but I get fewer delays on it than I do with the Galaxy Watch 4. This is where I disagree with her a lot, because I had none at all. I would regularly press the button to go back and be met with nothing for a few seconds. Never happens to me. Swiping down to get the quick toggles, right to the notifications, or left to access the widgets would often greet me with the same waiting period. Swiping up for the app drawer, which I can't stand, the UI would give me a delay in the opening and be jittering and scrolling and opening an app. And I double-checked all of this stuff that she just named. I have none of that. Then there's the issue of battery life. Woof. Perhaps I got too spoiled by using the TicWatch Pro 3 and the 3-day stretches between trips to the charger. That's true. But I was impressed if I made it 24 hours on a Galaxy Watch 4. If I take the battery sipping tech behind the dual-layer display on the Pro 3, I'm essentially left with a TicWatch E3, and it would get me at least 2 days of use before hitting up the charger. Oh, speaking of charging, that also is horrendously slow on the Galaxy Watch 4. If it's going to have such bad battery life, it needs to charge faster. Again, I disagree. But the Galaxy Watch 4 is packed with some excellent fitness features that make it the perfect companion for those exercises, right? Well, kind of. If I stayed indoors for my workouts, that would probably be true. However, when I finally got a day that wasn't stupid hot outside, I went for a run. She lives in Orlando, and my watch couldn't keep up. Perhaps worth noting, I purchased the LTE variant of the smartwatch specifically to go for runs outside without my phone. I was heading out for a nice 5K jog down the gravel road I live on and had my music downloaded from YouTube Music, set my phone down on the counter, paired my earbuds to the watch, and out I went. The automatic run tracking kicked in, and the run went swimmingly until about 2 miles in. That's when the watch told me it was overheating and had to go into battery saver mode to cool off. This means I've lost my workout tracking and music. Are you kidding me? Well, I can see where that hasn't happened to me, but I guess that happened to her. There's no excuse for a smartwatch with so many fitness applications, LTE or not, to overheat and shut down while exercising. After about a quarter of a mile, the watch came back up and I restarted the run tracking in my music, but that only lasted about 100 yards before the watch shut down. It came back shortly after, but that time I didn't even have time to try to get it going again. I just can't wrap my head around the watch with the fitness focus can struggle so hard and stay powered on during a workout. And that's the same exact thing that happens when I run any phone that gets overheated with the camera. It's hard to bring it back. It'll come back for a few seconds and then go away. So it sounds like it's the same type of deal. Unfortunately, it isn't just when I'm working out that the watch has overheated and powered off. I had left my phone in my truck as I went to a store, and I wasn't going for more than maybe 15 minutes before the Galaxy Watch 4 decided it had enough. The LTE radios not only drained my watch 5% during that short time, but also generated enough heat to cause the watch to power down. To be sure, it wasn't just the LTE that caused the issue. I did take my watch for another run outdoors and got similar results. This time, that watch did make it nearly 3 miles before overheating. Whether it's the ambient heat, the GPS tracking, or the poor thermal design of the device, this is unacceptable. I agree with that. Hopefully, we can still be friends. So after my 2-week relationship with the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, it's with a heavy heart that I have to say goodbye. It's clear that the watch has a lot of promise. With its smartphones and with past smartwatches, Samsung has shown that it knows how to make a great product. The Galaxy Watch 4 is a new venture for the company in both the OS and with new health sensors, so I expect that at some point the watch will get better to a degree. However, I know that I'm not alone thinking that the new Samsung wearable isn't all it was hoped to be. Fellow AC writer Derek Lee has said that he plans to forego the Galaxy Watch 4 and Wear OS 3 for now in favor of the upcoming Fossil Gen 6 watches. He cites some of the same reasons that I've come to realize. I hope that someday down the line, my feelings will temper and Samsung can make some changes for the better with the Galaxy Watch 4. But until then, it's goodbye. I hope we can stay friends. So I haven't had any of the stuttering issues with the watch that she says she's had. And so far, of course, I don't run. When I take it out on the bicycle ride, it works the same as the Galaxy Watch 3, has given me no issues whatsoever. But if she's having overheating issues, I can understand why she'd be upset.
I think Ted froze.
No, I can see his eyes moving. He's giving us that sly look. He's almost smiling, too. He's trying to make it like
Pretty sure he froze.
Now I think he did freeze. Okay, now he froze. At first I saw his eye move right after you said that, and then it stopped.
Even Ted has more personality than this, so.
Then what? Oh,
Froze.
even Ted, nice. He just moved.
Gotta. Should have held out longer. That was actually pretty good.
You couldn't take the insult, huh? All right. Okay, we got that. All right. Glowing rectangles is up next.
Glowing rectangles.
Yes, this is Ted's favorite feature every single week. That's why we do it every week.
Uh-oh.
All right, I'm sharing. This is Juan's baby, really. All right, Ted, it's all yours. Wait, let me make it bigger if I can.
Oh, Silva, hey, welcome. Welcome to Friday Night Tech Talks, Silva. You just tuned in time. Ladies and gentlemen, do not trust an algorithm to deliver you scintillating tech stories. Get them from people just like you over at reddit.com/r/glowing rectangles. Again, that's reddit.com/r/glowing rectangles. And you will see tons of stories shared, not by algorithm. No, not Reddit, not YouTube, but by people like you. Yep. The subreddit does love stories as made by smaller creators. Go ahead and share that, or any story that you feel that needs to be shared and needs more amplification. That is the purpose of the glowing rectangles. And top story of the day: is who the heck is this guy?
I don't
A
know,
Dubba
but I hit
Dubba?
top. This is what came up to the top.
A Duba Boo Boo?
A Duba
Hold on.
Booba. A Duba Booba. Yeah.
Techno is one of the leading
Adu
smartphone brands.
Adu Booba. Okay.
What is happening?
Okay, so Adu Buba.
Probably copywritten.
Adu Baba. Adu Buba. What does it sound like a Gambian name? I can't say it. So
Adu
this smaller
Buba.
creator.
I don't think you can
Not
say that.
that, yeah, it's not that hard.
All right, you say it then.
Adu Booba. That's not
Okay,
that difficult.
what George said. All right,
All right,
looks
go
like
ahead.
he's reviewing this brand Techno that's over in Africa.
For the needs
Whack.
of
Okay,
African
makes sense.
Oh. Adu Buba is a creator with 168 subscribers, giving light to a little-known niche tech product, a smartphone. Techno, never heard of them.
that one. Okay.
Nope. Techno, and there's also a Techno Spark 7P review. Looks like this company Texo makes all sorts of devices.
But
Let's
he got the
hear.
most upvotes, though. You got to give him that.
Yep. You should go ahead and subscribe. Watch the video and subscribe. It's only 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
Why?
I'm definitely gonna go watch this later. See,
Why would I
see,
sub?
want to see how they review
It's gonna be
phones in
nothing
over
so
in
far.
Africa.
All right,
The only
what's
the
what's
only
the next
other,
one down? Okay.
the only other creator I know on the continent is what's his name? Tech PhD.
All right. I went down to the
second
second
one-
story, right?
Yep. Second story is by 9 to 5 Google. It's an article on how powerful is the Google Tensor chip. It's what we just covered, I'm sure.
Exactly.
And then third story shared by Tech Valor is about the Poco X3 Pro's camera.
And it's,
for
it's a
custom
video
launch.
that Munchie made, right?
Yeah, XDA
Yeah.
stuff, I like to call it.
Yep.
And third story by Latrell Jennings. Did I find the most garbage Bluetooth speaker?
Did he just post his own video?
Yeah, well, you're allowed to post your own or post somebody else's, whatever you want.
Yeah, you're allowed to post your own, but no, this was from Tech Valor as well.
Of course,
Yeah,
Latrell Jennings.
You've now been buying up these cheap
Okay.
family dollar.
You gotta
and
look
here,
at that.
obviously, that's-
You're gonna get a copyright
Yeah.
strike.
No, this is George's channel.
Yeah, so he's not going to get a copyright strike.
Yeah, you are.
But she posted a lot of stuff today, didn't she?
Yeah, she sure did.
I
You know,
thought she was
actually,
supposed to be at
I
work.
think I might need to replace that because the battery is not. It has not been keeping battery.
Isn't she supposed to be at her new job?
Look at that. Red is like Bubba Yaga. He's like, no, Red, it's not John Wick.
Oh, yeah, he would have killed half the city by now. All right, so that's glowing rectangles, yes?
Us too. Look at us. We give you stories from the night. We give you stories from the glowing rectangles.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna check up on that Adu Baba guy. You know, we need more content creators in the cradle of civilization.
Adu Booba.
The cradle of civilization.
You make it sound like it's like a character from Aladdin.
Pretty good.
Well, I mean, maybe his
Welcome to
name
the
kind of
city
sounds
of
like a character
Agrabah.
name from Aladdin. That's not my fault.
Like, welcome to Agrabah.
Is Siova gonna come on here? I think he said he was.
Who?
You
Siova,
can share the link with him if you want.
is in the over here. Do you think he'll actually click on it? Let's see. I don't know.
What, did you send it to him?
Let's find out. Should I? I'll do it. Do I just type Kova up? Uh-oh. Let's see. Do I still have it saved? I may have to go back.
All right, Ren, stop making fun of the guy's name.
What's going on? What did I miss? Uh-oh.
Baba Adu Buba. Baba. I'm curious to see about that techno guy. You guys should go watch, subscribe.
Why?
Support us,
I'll go
creators.
watch it at least after
Why are
we're
you
done.
promoting someone we don't know?
Yeah, I'll go watch and check them out.
Because YouTube's not gonna do it.
That's true.
We got to do it.
And that's the whole point of going rectangles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're done with all the stories. Are we good?
Are we gonna discuss
I'm
stuff,
good.
or what's next? Usually,
What do you want to discuss? Yeah, it's open for
I'm
whatever
asking you.
want.
This is your channel, George. Come on now.
But
I'm
what
not-
does
I'm
it
not
say?
the vocal user.
It says
I'm
open
not that guy.
discussion. That means anybody can bring up whatever they want.
Well, I'm not just anybody. Maybe.
Oh, pardon me.
Maybe Ted's more just of an anybody. What do you think, Ted? I cannot copy.
I'm thinking, did Mark update his devices, Apple devices? He came late to the show.
I don't know.
Yeah, Mark, did you update to 14.8?
They're supposed to update on their own. Let's see. Let's find out.
Oh, he's vulnerable. He's vulnerable. Vulnerable as we
That's
speak.
Vulnerable. Uh-oh.
Vulnerable.
Does that mean that I have to do it or that I did do it?
No, what do you got? Yeah, no, you got it. He did it already.
14.8, yeah, he's got it. He's got
He
it.
did it already.
Wait, if it says
What about the iPad?
You're
Is it-
you're
what
ahead
about
of
the
the game.
iPad?
install?
Oh,
No,
thank you,
it
Brian.
doesn't-
Very
no, I
kind of
didn't
you,
install
brother, as always.
Shit.
Huh?
I didn't do it. It says download.
Oh no, you didn't. Oh no, he's supposed to be on 14.8.2.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean? No, it's 14.8.
All right. What do you, I don't know who to listen to
It's
anymore.
just plain
I'm gonna shut
14.8.
down now. I'm gonna shut down my brain.
Let me go see.
I can copy, but I can't paste. What's going on here?
Anyway,
It's gonna be from-
Brian's kind of
Oh,
old.
it is just 14.8. Why do you have
Oh, I
another update after that?
I don't have another update after that. I don't know what you're talking about.
So he's up to date. That's what I said.
But it looked like he was offering something
Wait,
for him to install.
Is 14.8 the one I need to install? Because I have not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
Oh.
I am vulnerable.
Oh, then you definitely need to install it.
There we
Oh.
go. All right, Silva, you got it. The thing. I
And
wouldn't.
Renz came through.
I wouldn't send a link out to not my stream without your. guys.
Renz, thank you so much, Renz.
Come on now.
Oh,
right.
right.
And Renz must have work to do. Renz, you have a beautiful weekend, brother.
All right, later, Renz.
And don't forget your iPad, Mark.
Yeah,
Vulnerable.
I did everything
Oh,
at
the
once.
beta. Does that count? I'm on the beta for it.
What?
Oh,
The
that's
iPad
probably
beta.
why. See, I'm not on any betas on my Apple phones.
I don't
The
know.
only beta I'm on right now is I have the Pixel 4a on the beta for 12.
See the chat? He said I never said LOL. I'm like, then why the LOL? Is that like the JK?
Yeah.
And then I put
Sure.
you flaking on us, see? All over Clubhouse talking about it earlier. Right, Ted? You were there.
Mm-hmm.
Were you there, Ted?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ted was there.
Guys, is it my eyes or does my camera color correct aggressively?
It just flashed a couple of times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's flashing.
changing the colors. Yes. It wasn't doing that before that I noticed. It just started. Yeah, it's flashing back and forth now.
Yeah, what are you doing? What is that?
I'm changing the color temperature of my light, but my LG just like changes it all back to white.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Uh-oh, it's whitewashing you.
Oh, very good, Mark. I like it.
Uh-oh.
That's annoying. Impressive, but annoying.
Wait, I forgot the thing.
I'd say more annoying than impressive.
I disagree.
No, part you just to disagree. I know you,
Of course you do.
and he's eating again.
Would I be here if you didn't? Hey, everyone in the chat and the lurkers, what do you guys want to see or what do you guys want to hear about? What do you guys want to talk about? You guys have any questions? Drop them in.
There
It's
you
all right.
go.
It's okay.
Go for it. Mark will answer whatever you've got. There you go.
Pineapple chips. I have not had them, but I would. What about you guys? Is that what you're asking? You mean like banana chips, but pineapple? Because I would
I've
eat.
never had pineapple chips. I don't think I'd want pineapple chips.
Why not? I thought old people love fruits and vegetables in any form. Or is that candy? Because I would imagine it's candy.
I love chicken above all other things.
That is not a way to break the stereotype, George.
I did say fried chicken.
You may have. Look, now you're making it worse. Oh my god!
Yeah, right on, brother man.
I didn't expect for an entire peoples to be set back by tonight's show.
What do you expect from an old timer? Young stuff?
I love chicken too. So is that racist?
Pineapple chips. That
Am I allowed to like chicken?
Pineapple chips doesn't sound right to me.
Wait, what happens if I say I like beans and rice?
I like beans and rice too.
I don't know. I mean, I do, but it's weird saying it. Isn't that weird to say? I feel like it's no one's business.
I like what I like. I don't like what I don't like. I don't like messy food in general. I don't like food that I have to touch with my hands in general.
You just blew my mind right there.
Although I will pick up a piece of pizza.
Michael Pepper, what phone was he selling? Was it the OnePlus 9 Pro?
I don't know. Let's bring him in and ask him if he's available. I think I don't think he is.
Apparently, there's a new mode. There was a camera update on the OnePlus 9 where you can get XPad.
Oh,
you can get like XPad and different film simulations.
Well, then we should be seeing it pretty quick on Rishi's channel, wouldn't you think? That OnePlus guy.
Juan and this other guy have been going crazy in the Discord, like sharing their photos, like, hey, ooh, look at these nice cropped photos. Ooh, 8x3.
Well, Ted, what do you think of the OnePlus 9 Pro's camera?
I think it looks great. Very good.
Okay.
Don't lie.
Okay.
You don't have to.
In fact, in terms of picture taking, I think it's even better than
It's the internet. You can tell the truth.
iPhone 12. It's certainly better. It could be even better than the iPhone 13. We'll have to see.
I think the S21 Ultra is better than the iPhone 12 Pro.
I think that's a bit blasphemous, but that's just me. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really care about that stuff.
Actually, I've been fairly impressed with my Z Flip camera because it's much better than I thought it would be.
How's the battery life on the camra on your Flip, George?
That's the weak point. The battery life is the weak point.
What's better about
that's the
George?
I think we all expected the camera to be worse than it actually is. That's all. No, it's not the iPhone 12 or the.
Well, I didn't expect anything, so maybe don't speak for me next time.
You ass, sucker.
No, that's true.
So what was I gonna say? Ooh, I was excited at first today. I thought I could get the Moto Razr 5G for $200 on T-Mobile.
And did you?
Because someone said it on Clubhouse?
No, you have to go on their T-Mobile. You have to be on their Magenta plan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's the
for
ripoff?
2 years.
Okay.
But otherwise, you can buy it for $500 though.
So, commitment issues. Where is he? For that.
What
That
issues?
is quite good.
He can't commit. 2 years is too much.
Oh, okay.
24 months.
Don't rely on this guy.
Not just
basically
24
what he's saying.
months. $70 for 24 months.
And what's wrong with that?
You're paying more for the phone. You're paying more for the plan than you do for the phone.
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
it
If
gets
I can't pay outright, I don't get it.
So do you want a phone with no service?
Well, just buy the phone up front and you get service.
Don't
No,
you
I just
need
want the
service
phone
anyway?
for $200. I just want the phone for $200.
I don't think that's going to happen. All right, are we done for the weekend? I have other stuff to do.
Oh,
Yes, I think we are done.
excuse the hell out of us. Hey, come
Mark,
on.
as always, I appreciate it because you always come in and bail me
get
out.
outta
I appreciate it.
Let's get out of here.
And I'm
This guy's
so
got
happy you were here. Even though you did take us to a spooky house, you have to.
I don't know what that was about. Sorry about that, everyone else.
That was terrifying. I blame that all on Juan.
Oh, it's Juan's fault.
I don't think it's here anymore.
It's Juan's fault.
There was a typo earlier.
Getting-
I made a mistake, and I tweeted
Getting
about it.
wrote to
Why?
send me
What
this
did-
entire
What did
blog
Juan
post.
say? Broadcast from a spooky house tonight? Or
No, he sent me the vlog kit to try out, and I was like, all right, this looks quick and easy. And the mic didn't
Okay.
work, but
Later,
and
Brian.
the LED light worked too much, apparently.
have a great weekend, Brian. Thank you very much, sir, as always. All right,
Good night,
folks.
Brian.
All right, everyone.
think we're ready to give it a sign off. Many thanks to Mark as always, and I'm so happy Ted came in. Maybe he'll do it more often. Who knows?
I'm whatever that Ted came in.
You'll see more of Mark than me, probably, guys. But it was always good to come
There's
by.
always hope. I thought
As
Mike
they
would come in
should.
tonight, but I guess he couldn't
As
make it.
They should.
Anyway, I hope everybody has a very blessed and wonderful and happy weekend, and we will see you next week. I'm sure we'll be seeing
right.
more Mark during the week, so have a good one, folks.
Bye.